It's a thrilling time of year. It's spring in rural Nova Scotia in Canada, and with spring comes a vibrancy as the trees, especially the hardwood trees, the maples, the birches, start to come to life again. And they come to life with the birches with seeds, with earrings hanging down that birds like the grouse love, and they come and they perch on them and feast. And you see these things, and it's nature. It's so natural that there's this reciprocity between the trees and the birds, like they're feeding, and they will will leave their droppings to fertilize the ground. Yeah, so it's spring, and this time of year, we see birds coming back like the robins. And they're just now that worms are coming up in the ground, so the robin has lots to eat. And the hummingbirds are coming back after a long, long journey. And it's still cold here, so it's really important as the one they've come to visit to have something for them to replenish the calories that they need to continue on. So there's relationships we have with these visitors. There's lots of birds like jays and crows that are here year round, but there are some that are just visitors for a short time, and we need to create a relationship with them and with the natural surrounding that they will feed from, which brings in the bees. The bees are here. They're still here. It's spring. There are very few flowers, but dandelions grow wild, and they're some of the first things that come into full bloom. Another, we call it a fake dandelion called coltsfoot. It's come into bloom, and so the bees have something to nourish them very early in the year. And bees are so important for all of the vegetation that's around here to support it. And there are many variety of bees in this area still, so it's wonderful. There are four-leggeds here as well. I've been talking about the winged ones, but we have deer that pass through here, and they usually travel in a small grouping of family grouping, I think, because there's usually 3 to 5, maybe 6 of them travel together, and you can see that some are younger looking than others. But they're really about gentleness. You see them and you can appreciate how they walk softly on the earth, how they look around and understand where they are and whether they're safe. And we've also had visits from bear. And bears hibernate in the winter, and so they have a reputation as being very introspective, and they give us that training to be more quiet in the winter. And so we've seen them when they've come out, young bears who have spent the winter in a cave somewhere and have come out early in the spring to look around. And some of our other neighbors, human neighbors, can get quite upset when they see a bear. But these bears have been here for a long time, before we humans. And the bears certainly have to have food to eat, and there's lots in the natural environment that they enjoy. And we as humans need to keep our own foodstuffs away from them. There was an incident here where actually some of our human neighbors were thinking about, we should get rid of those bears. Maybe we need to have somebody come in and eliminate them. And another group of us neighbors got together and created a postcard from Mother Bear and put it in all the mailboxes so that kids could see it too. And Mother Bear said she'd been living here, she and her family, for many generations. They would like to live in cooperation with you humans that have arrived on the scene. And if you would just behave yourselves, humans, we could live cooperatively together and everything would be okay. Yeah, and there are other smaller four-leggeds around, like squirrel. I have a strong relationship with squirrel. He's a gatherer. He likes to gather fruits and vegetables and store them away for the winter. And sometimes I'm in competition with him for those same fruits. But squirrel has a right to be here and to enjoy the fruits of the trees and the bushes. We've also seen a rabbit. And rabbit, he's pretty shy. And so seeing him is quite special. And he moves around, checking things out, looking around, very shy. But rabbit's also been here. And then I haven't talked much, well, I mentioned the bees, but we also see a lot of spiders, and they're just amazing, the kind of weaving that Sister Spider can do. There's a story that in her weaving, she actually wove the first alphabet that got us human beings interested in having our own written language. So all of these beautiful members of our natural family are here, and we feel so blessed to be with them and to have learned how to live in harmony with all of them. Each and every one of us has a role to play, and no one is more or less than the other. So may we have years in the future of living in harmony together.